Good morning, everyone. I'm Lynette, and this is Charm Grammy Crochet. Thanks for joining me here today. This will be Charm Chatter number 115. It is my vlogmas number 12. I know I'm missing a few days. This will be the Skate a Day giveaway number 4. And today is Thursday, the 17th of December. I knew there was another informational thing I needed. So I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do read the comments. I do heart them all and respond when appropriate or necessary. And in thinking on that line, I had a subscriber ask me about how to do the ribbing on a project. She didn't know how to do the ribbing. I am making a hat for my son. I made him a hat last year, and he keeps stretching it out, and he's pulling it apart at the top. It's cinched together at the top, and he's got a hole forming. I'm like, dude, don't do that. But I'm gonna fix that one, and I'm making him a second hat. And I'm using, I'll just show you so you see. This is a yarn bee. This yarn is called Juliet, and the colorway is called Earthenware. And it's a number 6 bulky. I am using a 10mm hook. There's 87 yards on here. It's 100 grams. It's 82% acrylic and 20% nylon. It says use a 9mm hook. I'm using a 10 because, excuse me, honestly, the only 9mm hook I have is one of those bamboo hooks, and it's like sharp at the hook part, you know. So I decided to use a Clover 10. And I'm just doing it ribbed. I know of 2 ways of doing ribbing. So with this hat, I'm not following any pattern. I did a magic circle with 10 double crochets in the center. Then the next round is 2 double crochets in every stitch around. And anyway, I did that till I have 40. So I think that would be 20. So then I did 2 rounds of 2 double crochets in every round. So the first round is just double crochets. The second round, when I'm doing 2 in every one, I get the double crochet. In the first one, I do a front post, and if I call it loop, it's always post. Front post, where you put your hook behind the double crochet and make the double crochet around the post. Then in the next stitch, so here's the front post. Then in the next stitch right here, you do just a regular double crochet. Then the next stitch, you do a front post. And you do that all the way around. Then the next round, every time you had a front post, I only did 2 rounds of increase. And doubled increase, because my son's got a big head, which is why he keeps stretching his other hat out, because he doesn't think it's big enough to go around his head and down far enough on the sides. So this has 40 around. So then on the next round, every round that has the front post double crochet, you do a front post double, then you do the just regular, and then you do the front post double. So you kind of feel like you're skipping a stitch on the stitch that ends up in the background, but you're not, because it's at the regular double, that's going in here. So you kind of, when you're doing it, you kind of feel like you're bunching them up and then skipping one, but you're not. So that's the way that I did this ribbing. That's the way I did the ribbing on that little poncho that I made for the dolls. That's the way I did the ribbing on that as well. And I'm telling you, look, I have 3 skeins of this. I don't think I'm going to need to use all 3 skeins. And it's really pretty, isn't it? Except it had one bad spot, and I just crocheted through it instead of cut it out because I didn't care. He's not going to care. He just wants his head to stay warm, and I didn't really want to cut the yarn. Okay, as Pamela says, have yourself a cup of coffee. This is my dog. when she was a pup. She hadn't even had her first haircut yet. I love this photograph right here where she's running and her ears are up and her tail's up. Her tongue's hanging out. She's so darn cute. That was a long time ago. And that's a good picture of her, right? Now, let's see if I can get it in the front for you. There it is. That's what she looked like when she was teeny. Now she's old and she never runs. Her ears don't go flying up behind her anymore. But that's okay. We still love her. So sorry I swirled on that one. So this is a sweater I made a while ago, and it's Granny Squares. I've showed, you guys have seen it. I'll tell you guys, I get a lot of compliments on this. This is the back. These are the Flora Granny Squares that Mikey did. He always does such creative texture tutorials. It was supposed to be a blanket, a floral blanket, but I didn't want to make a blanket, and so I took these big Granny Squares and I put them together based on a tutorial by Bag O'Day on how to make a cardigan. It's a duster. It's long. There's, oh goodness, one. It's hard to see because I got it all bunched up. So these are big squares. And I'm sorry for those that have seen this already. They're like, I don't know, they're probably at least a foot long. And so it's 3 down the front and back, so six across the front, 6 across the back. So I got 12 squares in it. And then I did 2 more squares just in white. And these squares on the sleeves are just what is that, a solid granny? So I did 2 sleeves on the arms, and then I did the ribbing. Now the ribbing on this is front post, back post, but it goes this way. I'm pretty sure that's how I did this ribbing. So you can do the same idea. I think it's a little more stretchy when you do it that way, front post, back post. So the one row you do front post, the next row you do back post, the next row you do alternating, so that you get the ribbed effect. And I've seen it done where you do every other stitch, front post, back post, front post, back post, front post, back post, then you turn it around, and on the back post you do front post. So it's just always alternating the post is how you, or not post and just go into the stitch. Those are the ways I know of to do it, and I hope that helps for anybody that was interested. I will see if I can find the patterns, the tutorials for this. This was a crochet along, and there's a lot of them, and it's just, I know it's the Flora Afghan. I'm not going to link it because I'm not going to link all the different, there's a lot of different stitches. So there's that. But I will see if I can link the tutorial on how to put your granny squares together to make them, and make them a sweater. It didn't take very long to make the sweater, and I get compliments on that sweater all the time. And I even put pockets in it. Let me show you that real quick, because that was my own addition to it. But where you sew the granny squares together, I guess it helps if I show you this direction. It's heavy, so it keeps pulling on itself. So you're sewing the granny squares together down the side. I just left a spot unsewn. And when I joined these, I just joined them together with a single crochet. So as you come down at the end of where these 2 squares are meeting, I just stopped sewing big enough to put my hand in, and Then continued, when I added the next set of squares, I continued sewing the sides together again with the single crochet join. And then I did leave a slit at the bottom where I, quit joining. And then I did a single crochet all the way around everything to like make it a nice edge. So anyway, where this hole was, I just used a different yarn, and I just went around with double crochet, it looks like, until I made this big. I wanted it deep so I could stick my cell phone in there. And so that's what I did. And I just went around and then except I didn't do it. I must have gone back and forth. I don't think I did it in the round. I think I went back and forth and then seamed up the side. And I didn't even sew in the end. Nobody sees that anyway. Okay, so there's that. Sorry, that's a bunch of stuff that really I didn't want to go into how I constructed that sweater. I just really wanted to show you the ribbing. But the tutorial on putting the sweater together has a real good section on doing the ribbing. Crystal's a really great teacher, so follow her. I'm not a really great teacher. Got that. Okay, one other thing I did yesterday, make more of these. This is the rest of the yarn. I thought they looked cute in this multicolored yarn for the candy cane holders. I made more of those. These are just a sample, but this was, I made 2 willow squares using this yarn that was left over from the poncho, and then the 2 candy canes, or maybe 3, I don't know. I have them piling up somewhere. I keep sticking them in gifts. And I think that we're all caught up. I did get some, I went to that store yesterday, Mark's, where I was getting the Dreamweaver yarn really inexpensive. And sometimes they've had, they have a section of books, like kids books and learning books in one section, and then like adult novels in another section. And one time I was in there and I found a book on crochet, and I sent that, and this is in response to another person's question about patterns from my mom. My mom didn't crochet a whole lot, but she had some crochet books, and I sent those along with a crochet book that I picked up at Mark's. I sent them to Dana from Wonderlust Crochet. She wanted them, and maybe she will show them. Dana, if you watch this, some people were asking, someone was asking about older crochet patterns, I guess. And then my mom did do the Swedish weaving, and I found some patterns that she had that were just photocopies of other people's patterns. And I sent them off to one of my subscribers, Donna, who asked if she could have copies. I just sent her what I had. I don't do Swedish weaving, and she was the first one to ask, so I sent those to her. And those went out, I don't know, a week or so ago. So hopefully she has them by now. But when I was at Mark's, that is no longer selling Dreamweaver yarn this year, I'm so disappointed. I did find this book. It's a knitting book. I know, Madonna, don't get upset. I don't knit yet, but look, 99 cents, first of all. How can I pass it up? I want to learn how to knit, and look at the beautiful things in this book. How can you pass up a book for 99 cents that has such beauteous things in there? And it is written by Warm Weather Knits by Deborah Newton. And it is Leisure Arts of the Everyday Living. www.leisurearts.com is what it says up here. But it's got some, I love this. Totally love it. And I love this. And I love this. And there's a bunch more inside the book. And it's got like layouts of how you put it together. Then there's a glossary and stitches in the back and summer tops. And I'm like, This is why I want to learn how to knit, because I want to be able to make stuff that you can wear that looks like that. Maybe you can do that crocheting. I don't find, because it's bigger. Crochet, I think, is bigger. Even though those doilies are pretty tiny. So maybe I'm just not expanded my horizons enough in crochet. Because these mostly look like they're done in really tiny yarn. And from what I understand, knitting is a lot slower. So probably these projects would take me 45 years. But I bought the book anyway because it was 99 cents. So that's my only acquisition. And anybody out there that knits, if you ask nicely, maybe I'll just send it to you. They only had one, or I bought two, one to give away to knitters, but that's the best I could do. So then I got Happy Mail. I went to my post office box. I should have probably done the drawing before this so you guys don't have to sit through all of this. Oh my goodness. Now this is from Angela Fuller. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I have a cousin that lives in another state, and she raises horses, or she has horses. She would love this card. I mean, I love this card. I don't have horses. And it's got, it's all sparkly and shiny. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in there. And it says, wishing you the beauty of the season and many happy memories to enjoy all year long. Merry Christmas, from Angela, 1830. So thank you so much, Angela. I have not gotten out Christmas cards yet, you guys. I bought really pretty ones too. I bought them with every intention of, I bought like 40 or 50 cards, not knowing, and I have some still from last year, not knowing how many I would need. And I haven't sent them. I haven't filled them out, not one. I'm sorry. I don't know that they'll get sent out. And maybe I will get some written out, and maybe you'll get them after the first of the year. But I doubt it. I think what I'm going to do is next year I'm just going to start a lot earlier on Christmas cards. This one is from Michelle Champion, and I don't want to give her address away. And oh, this one's beautiful. It looks like a Thomas Kincaid, painter of light. This is what it says on the back. Thomas Kincaid is America's most collected artist, a painter, communicator whose tranquil, light-infused paintings bring hope and joy to millions each year. Each of his creations serves as a quiet messenger in the home, affirming the basic values of family, health, faith in God, and the luminous beauty of nature. Well, there you go. I was going to say it. Thomas Kincaid was the one I was thinking, not Norman Rockwell. I love Thomas Kincaid. And then it says, Lynette, warm moments, happy memories, wishing you these at Christmas and always. Wishing you a happy holiday season. Love, Michelle. Thank you so much, Michelle. I love that card. I had, at one point, I bought Thomas Kincaid wall borders back in the day when wallpaper was in style. But I didn't have enough to go around a room. I thought I bought enough. And I actually bought it at that Mark's store. So when I went back, it was gone. It was like in the closeout section. And this one is from Tammy Twyford. I'm sure I didn't say that right, Tammy, but I apologize. This one is beautiful as well. All the sparkles. It looks like it could be a Thomas Kincaid. It does not say that it's Thomas Kincaid on the back, but that's gorgeous as well. And this says, may your home be filled with joy of Christmas to share with your loved ones. Happy New Year. Flower Crochet Creations time. Did you start a channel, Tim? I'm going to have to look that up. Flower Crochet Creation. Thank you so very much for that. And what the moment you've all been waiting for, it is time to pick. Oh, I forgot to tell you who won. Okay, so yesterday's ball was this one, the Scarpy. I forgot all about saying who won. I didn't bring my computer over because I had all this other stuff. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet won this skein of yarn. So Pamela, please email me at charmedgrammycrochet.com in the comment so that I know you're not hacked. I need you to put the word Kincaid. How about that? Kincade. Just write that in the comment. Then from the number 3. So from yesterday's, from the video on the 16th, that would be the Charm Chatter number 114. Write in your comment that, so, and then email me at charmedgrammycrochet. Tell me that you did that, and then I can make sure it's you. But I need your mailing address. You don't have it on your website. I mean, on your page. So, I have to write things down or I forget what I'm doing. So now we're going to dig in and see what we pull out for today. Oh, today's yarn. This will be yarn number 4. It is the Premier Big Glitz. It is black with silver in there. When I look in my camera, it looks gold to me, but it's, oh no, there it is, silver. You can see. So this will be number 4, day number 4. I'm going to write that on here so I don't get confused. So in order to win, what do you have to do? You have to comment, because that's how the random comment picker picks a comment. You can comment whatever you want as long as it's nice. So put a comment, be subscribed. You have to be, by commenting, you're entering and you're agreeing to any YouTube rules, any government rules, any rules that need to be agreed to, you're agreeing to them. I don't get into the legal mumbo jumbo. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to go after us for one skein of yarn. That's a nice size skein, though. There's a lot of yarn on there. So that's what you have to do. Like, share would be awesome. Commenting and subscribing are important. This is not sponsored by anybody but me. And I will draw the winner tomorrow morning. So get on it. Or you can't get in it. What can I say? That's all I got for you today. So congratulations, Pamela. And good luck on today's drawing, everyone. And I will see you in the morning. Bye.